Here is something that makes me genuinely angry. Buy now, pay later is not making things cheaper. It is making the pain arrive after the excitement is gone, when the package is already open, and the money is already promised before you ever budgeted for it. That sounds dramatic until you see the mechanism. At checkout, a $120 purchase stops looking like $120 and starts looking like 4 harmless payments of $30 inside your head, and that tiny framing change matters. Your brain does not experience that as debt. It experiences it as a discount, even though the price did not move by 1 cent. That is the trick hiding in plain sight. Then the hoodie is $18 every 2 weeks. The groceries are $42. The concert ticket is $61. Suddenly your next paycheck already has hands reaching into it before it even arrives in your bank account. Here is where it gets interesting. In June 2026, Federal Reserve researchers estimated that buy now, pay later providers originated close to $160 billion in consumer credit products in 2025 alone. More than 60% of that issuance carried 0% APR. And that is the part that tricks people because 0% interest sounds like zero cost, clean and harmless. But the cost is not always interest. Sometimes the cost is losing control of the calendar that decides where your money goes before you even get paid or make a plan. Most people think a budget fails because of one huge stupid purchase. But a lot of budgets actually fail because 10 tiny future payments hide in 10 different places at once. A credit card at least has the decency to punch you in the face with one ugly statement. BNPL spreads the punch across apps, emails, bank withdrawals, and tiny calendar reminders. There is no single screen that says you have already rented out your next 4 Fridays. Most people never notice this until the payments collide in the same week. That is why the product feels so clean. No big loan application, no scary signature, just a button that turns a purchase into tomorrow's problem with almost no emotional friction. And I want to be clear, the dangerous part is not that every payment plan is evil. The dangerous part is how invisible the commitment becomes after the checkout screen disappears. The merchant gets the sale. The lender gets fees, data, and a customer relationship. You get a smaller number on the screen and a larger obligation in real life spread across time. Here is the money leak. When a $300 month becomes $75 4 times, you stop comparing it to rent, savings, investing, and debt payoff like you should. You compare it to lunch. You compare it to gas. You compare it to whatever feels small enough to ignore, while the real total stays hidden behind smaller friendly numbers. That is how a person earning decent money can feel broke before the month even starts. Their paycheck did not disappear. It was pre-spent by decisions that felt tiny. So here is the 15-minute audit. Log in tonight to every BNPL app you have ever used, even the ones you think are empty or completely paid off. Write down 3 numbers: total balance, payments due in the next 30 days, and payments due before your next paycheck, because those are different forms of pressure. If that number makes you uncomfortable, that is the point. You are finally seeing the price tag these companies worked very hard to split apart into painless little pieces. Then use this rule. If you cannot pay the full price today without weakening your emergency fund, debt payoff, or investing plan, do not split it for convenience. The only exception is boring and rare. A necessary purchase, 0% financing, no late fee risk, and cash already set aside before you click the button. But if you are using the plan because you cannot afford the full price, that is not a payment strategy. That is a warning light on your cash flow. Here is what nobody tells you. Buy now, pay later is not just selling financing. It is selling permission to ignore the total price until later, and financial freedom is the opposite of that. It is knowing exactly who gets your next paycheck before anyone else gets to quietly claim it first.